Alright, what's good YouTube? Welcome back to a new video. In this video today, it's going to be a really awesome tutorial on sweep picking 6-string shapes. So we're going to be basically doing these big arpeggios. What we're going to do is we're going to look at 3 minor shapes today, and then in the next video following this, we're going to be looking at 3 major shapes. So the first prerequisite that I want to make sure that you do is understand and learn the 3 basic tonic minor shapes that we always talk about here on this channel. So there's a video below called the tonic and dominant demonstration or guide or whatever I called it. Go watch that video because those have the smaller shapes of tonic and dominant, and in this video series we're going to be basically going over those ones but in a bigger fashion. So for example, when we do this shape, the stairway shape, we turn it into a full bar chord shape and then we sweep it that way. So a lot of sweep picking shapes actually do that. They're pretty much just a bar chord shape or a open chord shape or something like that, and then we just sweep it. That's mostly what sweep picking is, okay? And then obviously, since these are bigger sweeps, we want to make sure that you have your technique down as best as you can. So make sure that you practice with a metronome, make sure you do the proper techniques with the right hand and with the left hand, and we'll get this thing going. But before we start, I want to make sure that you know that right now until January 1st, I have a freaking awesome deal going on, okay? Where if you need help with everything shred guitar related, with your music theory, with your technique, with your improvising, if you want the 12-month practice plan in as good of detail as humanly possible, if you want me to help you with all of this crazy stuff with guitar, if you just want to really get better, my school community, which is my masterclass community, is running a promotion right now. Normally we charge $150 per month, but right now it's only $100 per month. So if you are interested in that, if you want to save some money and you want to join now, it's a program that will take you through everything from beginner to advanced guitar. So wherever you're at, we're going to help you get through all that stuff, and you're going to come out a really awesome player. So link below if you want to do that. Make sure to sign up before January 1st. Price is going back up. Anyways, for these 3 shapes, we're going to be talking in the key of A minor because it's an easy key, even though in my personal and my students in that class, we're doing F sharp minor, so we're doing the shapes over here. But for this demonstration, we're going to be doing A minor because it's just a little bit easier to understand, okay? So one other thing to note is, since these shapes are really big, try to relax the left hand as best as you can, so that way you don't have to get caught up in any of these big shapes. The last thing that we need to be worrying about is tension in our hands, okay? So let's knock these out real quick. The first shape that we're kind of basing this off of is what I call the stairway shape, right? Okay, so when we want to make that bigger, all we need to do is, if we work backwards, it starts on the 5th fret of the low E string to the 8th fret, and we make a triad right there, 5, 8, and then 7 on the 8th. And then from there, it lays out like 7, 5, 5, 5, and then 8. So the whole thing, whoops, just like that, okay? So now, if you're wondering, like, well, Aiden, like, what do I do with that 8? Do I alternate peg it? Do I hammer it on? Do I pull it off? What do I do with that? Okay, all you really got to do for right now is focus on pegging what's easier and then just making sure that you get to the high E string, okay? So I don't care which way you do it for now. You could hammer it on. You could also just pick it, and that's totally fine too, okay? Whatever you choose to do, I just want to make sure that you get this technique of going more this way when you go down, and then this way going back up. Use the palm to mute all the strings, etc., etc. Okay, so that's your first shape. Okay, do your bursts, do your landing spots, stay nice and loose. Next shape, okay, we're going to be up here on the 12th fret. This is like the most metal shape out of the 3 of them. It's the most common. We're going to be doing 12 to 8 on the high. Oops. And that's going to be this D minor shape. Except how we're going to do this, if you want to just keep it a 5 string, you can just stop it right there. So we're going to go through, After you get to the 9th fret on the G, you're going to do 10 on the D, and then 12 on the A. And then we're going to do 7 on the A. And then we're going to do a first inversion, which is the note C, or the 8th fret of the low E. That's a really nice shape. You can also simply make it so that way you're all the way back up here. Okay, that's typically the way that I do it, but either of those are fine, okay, because those are both 6-string sweeps. Depends on the sound you want, but basically, you can put them together. Pretty cool. You get like kind of an extra octave right there, okay? So then the third shape, and then the last shape, we're going to basically be using this bar chord, okay? Shape on the 12th fret, so we're going to do 17 to 12 on the high, and then we're going to do 13, 14. So this is the staircase shape. Okay. Okay, and this is how you do this. All you have to do is get to the D string of the 14, so do the roll from G string, and then you're going to do 15 of the A, 12 of the A as well, and then here's where you kind of got some choices. Usually I just stop right there and use a second inversion. Okay, or could technically do that, and technically you could do that. So what I just did there was I slid to 7 on the A string, and then I did 8, 5, just like the first couple shapes. Okay, so all these shapes are totally valid. You can do either of those, and then you're good to go. And obviously, from there, everything just repeats up the octave, so you can start back up with right there and right there. Okay, then we're kind of out of frets there. So those are the 3 shapes. Okay, so some quick practice tips. Go really slow. Remember, the right hand is usually what screws people in terms of going too fast. Okay, so overall, the left hand is harder to kind of master. The right hand wants to just go really fast. You got to slow this down and you got to speed this up. And the way you're going to speed this up is by really relaxing. Get the fingers as close to those strings as possible. Let the palm of the hand mute those strings. Okay, so practice those 3. In the next video, in the part 2 video that I'm going to make on this, we're going to go over the dominant / major shapes in the in that key. So we'll be doing E major for that shape. Okay, and then we will kind of just build these up from here. Again, this is a little more advanced. Again, my school community or my masterclass, there's a discount right now. Go get those benefits if you want those now, and then I'll see you guys in the next video.